We are live in Studio B on a winning Monday with your day-to-day BYU Sports play-by-play. I'm Spencer Linton alongside Jarom Jordan. It is our pleasure now to welcome in BYU point guard and a big part of BYU's win over Pacific and wins last week altogether, for that matter. Rudi Williams is back on the show. Great to have you back in Studio B, Rudi.
Appreciate you guys. Thanks for having me.
What's your typical Sunday like, especially after a big win on Saturday night?
My Sundays after the games, they usually consist of a lot of laundry, a lot of phone calls from the coaches, rewatching the game, pausing, rewinding, all that, my possessions, and, just kind of just getting my body, getting my mind ready for the next week. So
You do your own laundry?
Yes,
Yeah, I feel like the freshmen should do your laundry, Rudi.
That's something I can manage. I do that on my own.
Okay.
I wish I had some freshmen at my house. Yeah, it's a busy day in the Jordan household as well that way. Last week was so good. You guys, we were talking about like a week ago, you're in 7th place. Yeah. You fly up to 3rd. Obviously, you defend home court. You play amazing defense. You don't turn it over. You win 2 big games. Like, what did last week mean to you and the team?
Last week meant a lot to us, honestly, because, obviously we were in like a 3-game skid. Yeah. We dropped the 2 games up in Northern Cal, and then we dropped St. Mary's, pretty much at the buzzer. So it was a time for us to look in the mirror, and, we had to see what was going to happen for the rest of the year. And, we protected home court. We needed these 2 big wins. And now we got to keep this momentum going, finish out conference good, heading into Vegas.
You were doing cartwheels in the locker room, and I want to point out they were pretty high-level cartwheels. Is this something you've practiced before?
I don't know. I used to be pretty flexible, and I used to be a wild child, so I don't know what made me bring it out. I started doing handstands when we got in the locker room. I don't know what was wrong with me.
There's nothing wrong with you. Yeah, it's a victory, right?
Yeah, I guess that was where it was pure instinct. Like
Rudi Williams, the gymnast?
What was the extent of sort of that? You said I was a crazy child. Like, would you climb on stuff? Or you just parkour going around as a kid? Like,
just growing up, going to the park, the playground and stuff like that. Just
you're on top. Your mom's like, "Where's Rudi?" You're on top of the structure.
When you're 12 years old, you're not really scared of much. You're not scared of breaking nothing. And I don't know where that came from, to be honest.
In Toronto, you're just terrorizing the parks there?
Yeah, I just did it. I'm too old for that now.
You and the team played essentially fearless, especially on defense over the last 2 games. And as Jarom mentioned, you build some momentum now to go on a key road stretch, because this team at home in conference, really good, really good. How do you take that intensity and defensive mindset on the road and manufacture that energy when you're not in front of a Marriott Center crowd?
I feel like, we just got to bring the fight because, like you said, when we're not in front of that Marriott crowd, we got to find something else to, juice us and get us going. So, we have to understand that when we're on the road, it's just us. We're traveling with probably 30 people. And, we have to bring our own energy, bring our own juice, and, we have to get the job done. It's tough to win on the road, but, I feel like we've done it before, so we can do it again.
That's not to say we can't call out all the BYU fans in Southern California to take over Firestone Fieldhouse.
I think there'll be
show up,
a couple hundred
show
there.
up.
Yeah, it'll be
BYU
good.
Sports Nation.
I wasn't just pleased. I was amused by kind of the first 6 minutes of the second half where Pacific literally couldn't guard Foose. They were just fouling him.
Yeah.
What did you think of that stretch? Because that was something.
Honestly, I remember Foose they got 4 team fouls pretty quick, and I think Foose, made them commit all those fouls. So, kudos to him. He's such a big, strong dude. Guys got to pay attention to him. And, I think they'd rather foul him than, just give him easy layups where, he shoots a high percentage. I think he's probably at the 60s. So, you'd rather foul him than, just give him easy dunks and layups.
And then he got so tired from having to work through that. Then you took over at that point. Do you sense in a game like, coming off the bench, like, okay, this is the flow of this. I need to inject offensively right now. Like, you always want to score and help the team in whatever way, but are there times where you're like, oh, Foose is tired. I'm coming in for Dallin. I need to go score right now?
Yeah, it's not really necessarily me trying to go score. It's just, me trying to make a play. So rather if it ends up me scoring or me making a play for somebody else, I just, also have the advantage of coming in 2-3 minutes while everyone's a little bit gassed. That's the luxury I have of coming off the bench. So then I come in with a burst of energy while those guys are probably huffing and puffing because they've been in the game. And I use that to my advantage. And then it's just kind of easier, I kind of say I don't know, I guess it's a smart move by Coach Pope. But, yeah, I kind of just want to be aggressive and I assert myself. And I'm playing with an advantage as well. So
Now, I've heard Coach Pope say previously, in not necessarily after the Pacific game specifically, but a few times this season, that they almost want you to be more aggressive and attack the rim more, look for opportunities to attack the rim more. So how have you implemented that into your game? Because to Coach's point, you seem to be really good, almost your most effective when you are attacking the hoop.
Yeah, for like the past couple weeks, Coach has just been telling me, like, you got to be more aggressive, more aggressive. The other day before the LMU game, he stopped practice and he's like, I just don't feel like you're aggressive enough. So I'm just like, well, Coach, if you want me to just go attack at 1-on-5, I'll do it, but, I don't feel like that's the best shot for us. So, I've just been having to watch a lot of film and, picking and choosing where I can go score and how I can go score and stuff like that. And it's taken a lot of film sessions with Coach Fieger, but I'm starting to figure it out, and, I'm definitely going to look to be more aggressive, finishing out this conference slate.
This team's strength is on the defensive end of the floor. That hasn't always been the thing at BYU. This has kind of been an offensive school for the most part. But you guys have been top 30 consistently for the last couple weeks in efficiency. What is it that you guys are doing to be so effective to really put it on LMU and Pacific?
I would just say, it's just guys playing hard. We're starting to realize that we're gonna score, regardless if we're having a good shooting night or a poor shooting night. We're still going to score. I think we only made 7 threes on Saturday versus Pacific.
Didn't need it, right?
Yeah, we put up 81 points.
Yeah.
So we realized, we're going to score. We're not worried about that. We just have to put all of our focus to defense and, managing and getting a bunch of stops and getting kills, because that's what gets us going and makes us score easily on the other side.
Certainly every season has some highs and lows, and this team has had some significant peaks and valleys, and you're on the rise back up. How would you define in a few words this season for BYU basketball?
Never know what you're going to get, probably. That's, how many words that is.
It's exciting that way.
It's probably been like that. That would probably be the storyline of this season so far.
Third place now, certainly finishing in third would be really good considering, right? St. Mary's, Gonzaga, top 16 teams. What will it take in the final 5 to finish as a 3 seed, or even top 4, frankly? I think top 4 going into Vegas would be pretty good.
We're definitely looking to finish higher than that. But I would say it would take, just the consistency, keep understanding that every game is a big game. We're not taking no teams for granted. We're not taking any games for granted because, we've learned the hard way that if we don't show up, we will lose games. So I feel like everyone's starting to have an understanding of that. So, every Thursday and Saturday, like, everyone's locked in, and, we just got to bring our hard hats.
You get to go to Malibu and then to Spokane. So a couple of places, obviously, that you personally have not played yet. What do you think of the prospect of playing in Malibu, right there, overlooking the beach on a beautiful campus at Pepperdine, and then going on the road to take on number 16 Gonzaga in front of the Kennel?
I'm looking forward to both. This is going to be a really fun week. But starting with Pepperdine, obviously I've never played down there. I remember seeing highlights from last season's win over there. Barcelo, I think he made 9 or 8 threes.
He was ridiculous.
He had a tendency to do that.
Yeah, he was awesome.
It looks like the rims over there are pretty generous, so hopefully we can have a good shooting night, while getting a bunch of stops over there. And then looking forward to Saturday, I know it's tough to play up there in the dog kennel, but, LMU went over there and they beat them. And, we're probably going to have to follow a little bit of their recipe, bring our hard hats, play a lot of defense, limit Gonzaga in transition. And I feel like we can go over there and beat them too as well.
Did you watch St. Mary's Gonzaga?
Saturday night, I ended up watching like the last 2 minutes of the game. And, the game went
in OT?
Yeah. So yeah. I came home and I was like, oh, shoot, this game's on. And then I watched the last 2 minutes of the game. So.
Mahaney had like 16 points in a 5-minute span or something.
Yeah, he's a good player.
He's a good player, right? Yeah,
how do you handle that emotionally? Because understandably, like, you had Gonzaga on the ropes and you were up 1 on St. Mary's. So when you watch that game, like, where are you emotionally?
I kind of teeter-tot back and forth, just, kind of being upset with myself, just saying, like, maybe I could have done something just a little bit more for us to close those games out because, we had both those games won, obviously. But, it kind of shows that we're a good team and we can play with anybody. And any game is winnable. It doesn't matter who it is, who we're going up against. So, it makes me feel a little bit sideways, but then it also makes me feel proud of myself and the guys.
Let's zoom out for just a sec, because we haven't asked you this question before. You played in the Big 12 with Kansas State. Mm-hmm. What's BYU in for next year, in terms of venues and competition? Obviously, we know it's going to be crazy hard in the toughest league in America, but you played in the Big 12 for a year. We wish you had eligibility for next year. What's that going to be like for BYU and its fans?
It's going to be fun. That's one thing I can remember. It was really fun. The venues are all different, but they're all unique in their own way. All the crowds are going to be crazy. Like, I remember going down to Lubbock, Texas. Never been there a day in my life, don't know anything about it. And I enter this mega arena at Texas Tech, and it's full to the brim, you know? So it's going to be fun. You know, you're definitely going to have to show up every game because there's no nights off in the 12. The number 1 team could beat the number 10 team it was when I was there. But, yeah, so it's definitely going to be hard. But, you know, I feel like the guys are going to be ready for it. They're going to be battle tested and they're going to be ready. So.
And I think those teams are in for a surprise as to what Provo and the Marriott Center have to offer as well.
Yeah, for sure. You know, a lot of those teams, you know, probably have never even thought about coming here to Utah or, you know, Provo in general. So when they come here and they see how hard it is to play here, you know, this league will, I mean, this team and, you know, this arena will also be up there with, like, you know, the Kansases and the Texas Techs and the West Virginias. So.
Rudi, we appreciate the insight. Always great to have you in Studio B. You're averaging almost 16 points a game over the last 5. And let's give you some karma to keep that rolling. Take that defense with you to Malibu and get a win on Thursday.
Have fun at Pepperdine, man.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you guys. Thank you so much.
You got it. Rudi Williams on BYU Sports Nation.
Okay, if you miss any conversations we have on the show, shows, games, Deep Blues, Rudi's Deep Blue, you can check it out on BYUSN.com.